Start with the breaker bar. Break them up before you check it up. Then if you have one, now it's safely checked. Remove the nuts. Those nuts off. Remove them here. And when you remove it, place it under the car for your safety. Extra protection, eh? Make sure the car is secure. Now you need to remove this bolt and the bottom one that holds the caliper. It's best to remove the bottom one first, because you don't want it falling and pulling your brake line, eh? Remove these two bolts first, hang it up so you don't damage your brake line. See these two bolts, 1, 2. See, once you compress those pistons in, you'll have to compress it in so it can fit back. But when you're doing that, make sure you check your reservoir so it doesn't overflow. But mine is at low, so I'll be fine. Once it's compressed, cut your cable tie. Make sure the cable is not twisted, and just slide it back into its place. There you go. Once it sits properly, okay, so once it sits back there, you just gotta line up the two screws you pull out, put them back in. Top bolts, bottom bolts lined up. In process is removing one on each side to lock it, and your 13mm, and you tighten it. There's good mechanics out there, but if you can do yours, that's good. Saves you few hundred bucks. So it's as easy as that. 2 bolts. Just need a jack stand, jack to jack it up. Brake pads. If you can put brake grease on the outside of your pads, that'll be good. But if you don't have it, that's fine. There's some torque specs to this. If you don't have, just hand tight and half turn, should be alright. Okay, that's it. And it's the reverse. You put in your wheels back. There. I'll put one more to hold it up. For ranges, I think the torque spec is 135 Newton meters, and for BD50 is 103. If you have a torque wrench, when it's up, this is a good time to check for your wheel bearing. If you want to find out your wheel bearing is playing up, one thing to know: push on both sides, wiggle on the top. Now you get your breaker bar, hand tighten them. 1, 2, crisscross bit in 3, 4. You want to do this when it's up. Remove your jack stand, sorry. Let me slowly lower the car. Well, here's something useful from Auntie Aliti. A torque wrench. 100 bucks. Ford is 135. Mazda 103, yeah. See, there's numbers on here. so your zero mass in line with the torque spec. Same pattern you did in the crisscross pattern. Two. So once it's clicked, that's its spec. Don't force it there. Until that click, that's 130 Newton meters. One more time. That's tight. So you have the right torque spec, eh? Make sure you check your vehicle's torque spec. So mine is 135 Newton meters. Yours probably different. LETA. You won't find it in the liquor section. All that's done. Your brakes will be, when you put your foot on the brake, it flows right down. So don't forget to get in your car. Press on the brakes a few times, as many as you can until it goes. You have some resistance, and then you're good to go. Hope it helps. Like I said, there's good mechanics out there, but if you can do it yourself, saves you a few $100, say.